having come to a conclusion that the two witnesses are the Old and New Testament, in other words, the Bible, let me take you back a bit to 2 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 20, where one of the imagery, the symbols that we mentioned in part 1, is the candlestick. And this candlestick burns before the oracle. Now we want to pause here and define oracle. Oracle is one held to give divine inspired answers or revelation. The big question then is, where was this oracle, or where is it mentioned in the Bible? 2 Chronicles chapter 5, verse 7. This oracle is found in the most holy place under the wings of the cherubim. So the oracle is definitely the Ark of the Covenant. And what was within the Ark of the Covenant? The 2 tablets of stone, upon which was written the 10 laws, Aaron's rod which budded, a witness that Aaron was the chosen. And we also had manna, a witness that God feed or feeds. Psalms 28, verse 2. What was changed in the 1260 days is what we want to talk about among the three things that I said were clearly coming out as occurring at the same time in the 1260 days. So one of the things, in a repetition, let me say, blasphemy against the Most High, persecution of the saints, changing of times and the law. And there we have a woman being fed in the wilderness for 1260 days away from the serpent. And this persecutor is given authority to continue. In which instance does these three occurrences occur in a manner that comes out clearly that they happen concurrently? In other words, is there an instance in history where the times law was changed in such a way that it was blasphemous to God, speaking pompous words? That's the question that we are going to try and answer. So to begin us off, in AD 533, Emperor Justin declared the Pope head of all the holy churches. Let me pause here and take you back to the statue that King Nebuchadnezzar saw. He saw his kingdom of Babylon, he saw the Medo-Persia, he saw Greece, he saw Rome, and then in Rome, after Rome, he saw the clay and the clay mixed with iron. So this is Daniel chapter 2 in the dream of Nebuchadnezzar, where we have the gold, the silver, the bronze, the iron, then iron mixed with clay. So we have Babylon, we have Medo-Persia, we had Greece, we had Rome, and then the kingdoms that will not be able to come together. So in the kingdom of Rome, the fourth kingdom, this is where we find the papal Rome and the pagan Rome. So I'm saying that in AD 533, Emperor Justinian declared the Pope head of all the holy churches. Ephesians 5 verse 23 tells us who is the head of the churches. Christ is the head of the church, just as the husband is the head of the house. 5 years later, in AD 538, the imperial armies expelled the Arian or Ostrogoths from Rome. Hence, the ruling of the papacy began and perturbed. Perturbed means undisturbed. And thus is start of the political supremacy of the papal Rome. So we are being told that the Arians were the last to rule before the papal political reign began. And these Arians are the three last horns. Remember the horns that are being replaced? Yes, this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 23 and 24. So the areas of Ostrogoths are the last of the three horns that are being replaced by this one big horn. So once the Pope had been given this opportunity, or rather the power, authority to rule, again there's a time at which this kingdom or this ruling is coming to an end. So the rule of the papacy comes to an end in 1798 when General Alexandre Bathier makes a proclamation in Rome in the February 1798, February 15th, 1798, 1798, informing Pope Pius VI and the inhabitants of Rome that the Pope would not practice any kind of political function. So you see the rule begins in AD 538, in as much as he had been declared the head, but now the political rule begins in AD 538 and the political rule ends in 1798 with the declaration, just as there was a declaration at the start of the political reign of the papacy. So these things are clear and available in history writing, just like in any other kingdom, or even, let's say, I'm Kenyan. If the rule of Uhuru or Kibaki, in the reign of Kibaki, we know the things that took place that are notable, they are written down. So in the same way, the rule and the notable things of the papacy, political, from AD 538 to 1798, are things that are not hidden. You can always find them in history. So what happened between 538 AD to 1798? Daniel 8:10 to 12. Daniel chapter 8, verse 10 to verse 12. Pause and read these verses that I'm giving before continuing with the study. So there was the changing of time, there was the changing of law, the original 10 commandments changed. So the original is found in Exodus 20, and the change is also available in the different. So if you come across any of the 10 commandments, compare it with Exodus 20 and find out which one is the original. Definitely, we have said that the two witnesses are the Bible. So where will we find our original? In the Bible. In the wordings and replacements, there are also removals. So for us to know that it has been changed. So in the wordings of the 10 commandments, let me use the word fake. There is the removal of some parts, there's the removal of wordings, and there's the omitting of some of the laws of the 10 commandments. And there is persecution of Christians. Just like I've said, in any other rule, there will be things that are taking place. It's very clear what took place in this time, and people are enjoying those who are persecuting the Christians. So read history and major events of that time. Where do we find the law? In the Bible. Who are being persecuted? The Christians, the saints of the Most High. Where do we find the account of the Christians? In the New Testament. Even Paul talks about it at the beginning of it. So if you want to find about the rules or the ruling very clearly of the Arians, it is going to be in the 7 plagues. So I'll come back later on with a study on the 7 plagues, and if God allows, also the 7 churches. Thank you for always supporting this channel, and if you have any support that you think can make this work even more, as you can see, I do not have a good camera and lighting. If you feel free to contact me using my email atienog2@gmail.com or in the comment section. Thank you so much, and if you feel this study is helping someone else, refer them to this, and don't forget to leave a comment and a like. God bless you and keep you.